Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by new Patreon supporter Tom. Huge thanks to Tom and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Tom reached out asking for a deck led by Minsc and Boo Timeless Heroes, with a budget of $300, and I was more than happy to oblige. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Minsc and Boo Timeless Heroes are a 4-mana planeswalker with 3 starting loyalty that can be our commander. When they enter the battlefield, and at the beginning of our upkeep, we create Boo, a legendary 1/1 red hamster creature token with trample and haste. If we add a loyalty counter, we may put 3 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 creature, but that creature must have either trample or haste. If we remove 2 loyalty counters, we sacrifice a creature. When we do, Minsc and Boo Timeless Heroes deals X damage to any target, where X was that creature's power. If the sacrificed creature was a hamster, we also draw X cards. So, Minsc and Boo Timeless Heroes is basically a fling commander. We not only create creatures, we can buff those creatures, then fling them at our opponent's faces. We can also draw cards. Too bad Boo is the only hamster in Magic. If only there was a mechanic that made certain creatures every creature type. And if only we had a way to make our little 1/1 hamster enormous. But we'll need more than just creature pump to build a functional commander deck, and for that, we turn to our handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. As I'm sure you've heard by now, this channel is sponsored by Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their boulders, solid, reliable, and affordable deck boxes. Boulders are now available in solid colors, like this beautiful purple one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard solid color boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. One more thing before we get started. I've been streaming Final Fantasy XIV over on my other channel, Minsc by Danon. If you want to pop in and ask some questions, chat about Commander, or just hang out, you're more than welcome to. For right now, the schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays in the evening. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Wooded Foothills, Scalding Tarn, Misty Rainforest, Arid Mesa, Verdant Catacombs, Stomping Ground, Spire Garden, Rockfall Vale, Rootbound Crag, Island Forest, Wooded Ridgeline, Cinderglade, Karplusan Forest, Crag Crown Pathway, Temple of Abandon, Gruul Turf, Scavenger Grounds, Myriad Landscape, 8 mountains, and 9 forests make up the land base for our deck. Virtue of Strength, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, The Great Henge, 3 Visits, Rampant Growth, Nature's Lore, Farseek, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Skyshroud Claim, Migration Path, and Solemn Simulacrum help us to stay ahead of the curve. Eternal Witness, Return of the Wild Speaker, Noxious Revival, Harmonize, Big Score, Skull Clamp, Tribute to the World Tree, Colossal Majesty, Guardian Project, and Jessica's Will help us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Beast Within, Abrade, Decimate, Chaos Warp, Naturalize, Return to Nature, Veil of Summer, Pyroblast, and Hull Breach help to keep our opponents in line. Blasphemous Act and Chandra's Ignition help us to reset the board as needed. Maskwood Nexus helps make all of our creatures hamsters, but just in case we can't find it, we've also got Changeling Titan, Changeling Berserker, Chameleon Colossus, Game Trail Changeling, and Tarian Mauler as our Shapeshifter package. We've also got Forgotten Ancient and Managorger Hydra as creatures that quickly get out of control, so we can fling them for lots of damage. But I wanted creatures that we could fling again and again, so I went with a rather underutilized creature type. Chandra's Phoenix, Everquill Phoenix, Flamewake Phoenix, Immortal Phoenix, Jaya's Phoenix, Lightning Phoenix, Nemesis Phoenix, Phoenix Chick, Rekindling Phoenix, Phoenix of Ash, Skyfire Phoenix, and Sunstreak Phoenix make up our Firebird package. Unleash Fury, Might of Oaks, Two-Handed Axe, Unnatural Growth, God Eternal Ronus, Exponential Growth, Xenagos God of Rebels, and Rowan's talent helped to support our plan, not only doubling our creatures in size, but by doubling our commander's triggers. Now that we have our deck list, we should compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, right on target. 11 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 10 pieces of interaction, counting our commander. 2 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds and Return to Nature. 1 sudden I win card in Chandra's Ignition. Of course, for us to win with Chandra's Ignition, we need to have a large enough creature. Fortunately, with creatures like Tarian Mauler, Forgotten Ancient, and Managorger Hydra, along with some of our power doublers, we can easily accomplish that. But I was mostly excited to have a bunch of Phoenixes as sacrifice fodder. I focused mostly on Phoenixes that would come back from the graveyard on their own, and didn't require casting multiple instants or sorceries every turn or some other shenanigans. So, the play for this deck is to ramp us for a few turns, get our commander out, then smash face with an army of creatures. Flinging a creature every once in a while as a finisher, or just to draw cards, is always an option. And I love the idea of pumping Boo with a Might of Oaks to deal a ton of damage, and then flinging him to draw a ton of cards. Do you have a Minsc and Boo Timeless Heroes deck? What about a Fling deck? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. There's a new $5 player tier. Joining this tier will give you access to our private Discord, as well as the power to vote on upcoming content. I wish I could make every video that gets suggested to me down in the comments, but there's just never enough time. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Steve, Alex, Cookie, Borgie, Jake, Exile Rogue, Manassas, Noswin, Pedro, Aranor, Tom, and Echo Fox. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.